They dared the open seas and patiently bore the brunt of the angry waves. Hungry, thirsty, over fatigue, their bodies were weak, but not their spirit. The journey was long and dangerous, yet they continued sailing on, powered only by one desire: to bring the good news of Christ to the people of the Philippines. The year was 1521. The first Spanish missionaries planted the cross of Christ on Philippine soil.
The Franciscans arrived in Manila on July 2, 1578. Upon their arrival, the first batch of 15 friars was temporarily housed in the Agustinian convent in Intramuros. Then, the brothers finally moved to their own residence on August 1st of the same year. The next day, they inaugurated their church and placed it under the protection of Our Lady of the Angels. After a few months of preparation and study of the language, they set off for the evangelization of the archipelago.
In Manila, they founded Santa Ana de Sapa, Paco, Pandacan, Sampaloc, and San Francisco del Monte. With the arrival of more friars, the province of St. Gregory the Great was finally established on November 15, 1586. In the ensuing years, the Spanish Franciscans labored energetically in many places in the country. Since their arrival until the end of the Spanish rule in 1898, the Franciscans were able to establish or administer more than 200 towns and parishes in the following areas: Manila, Bulacan, Rizal, Laguna, Quezon Province, Isabela, Cavite, Batangas, Bataan, La Union, Ilocos Sur, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Albay, Sorsogon, Burias Island, Marinduque, Mindoro, Samar, Leyte, and Nueva Ecija. Aside from the founding of towns and parishes, the Franciscans also dedicated themselves to the establishment of institutions of charity such as San Juan de Dios Hospital in 1580, Naga Hospital of San Diego in 1586, Hospital of the Holy Waters in Los Baños 1592, and San Lazaro Hospital, the first leprosarium in the Far East in 1580. The Franciscans also excelled in the field of languages. Fray Pedro de San Buenaventura composed the first Spanish-Tagalog dictionary, the Vocabulario de la Lengua Tagala, that was published in Pila, Laguna in 1613. The Bicolano Spanish Dictionary, printed in 1745, was authored by Fray Marcos Lisboa. The authorship of the first book printed in the Philippines in 1593, the Doctrina Cristiana, was attributed to Fray Juan de Plasencia. Fray Juan de Oliver wrote the first catechism on the Ten Commandments in Tagalog. The first water system in Manila, the Free Loan Banks, the Montes de Piedad, were established through the efforts of Fray Felix Huerta. They were also involved in the building of infrastructure such as roads, dams, and bridges. Some Franciscans became bishops. Among them were Ignacio de Santibañez, first Archbishop of Manila, Luis Maldonado, the first Bishop of Nueva Cáceres in Naga, and Martin Maria Alcocer, the last Spanish Bishop of Cebu. By the year 1896, there were 275 Franciscans in the Philippines administering over 100 parishes and mission areas. However, at the end of the Spanish rule in 1898, many friars departed. By 1900s, there were only 70 friars left. In 1905, the seat of the administration of the province was transferred to Madrid, Spain. What was left was a provincial commissariat established to oversee the remaining ministries of the Spanish friars. On July 16, 1931, a seminary was opened in San Francisco del Monte, Quezon City, for Filipino candidates. In 1948, only 23 Spanish Franciscans remained in the Philippines. In 1951, the Italian Franciscans from the province of St. Anthony in Venice, Italy, opened a mission in Cagayan Valley. These were mostly composed of the friars expelled from China during the communist takeover. In 1952, American friars from the province of the Assumption of Pulaski arrived and took over some parishes in Samar upon the invitation of the Bishop of Calbayog. In 1956, another group of friars from the province of Santa Barbara, California, USA, came to work in the Diocese of Dumaguete. In the same year, another batch of American friars from the province of St. John the Baptist in Cincinnati, Ohio, established their presence in Leyte and Biliran Island. In 1962, the Our Lady of the Angels Seminary was founded. OLAS was built through the joint efforts of the foundations, the Spanish, the Italian, and the American foundations. And one of its objectives was to develop the native Franciscan vocation and eventually establish an indigenous Franciscan presence in the country. The increasing number of Filipino friars and the decision of other members of the foundations to work in the country led to the erection of the Vicariate of San Gregorio Magno on March 25, 1970. 13 years later, on January 25, 1983, the province of San Pedro Bautista in the Philippines was inaugurated.
Bago nagkaroon tayo ng vicariate at saka probinsya, ang mga Fransiskano dito sa Pilipinas ay binubuo ng halos 5 ng mga different entities ng kanya-kanyang loyalty and allegiance ay sa kanilang mga mother provinces. Yun yung talaga napakalaking biyaya na dala-dala natin pasasalamat ang pagkakaisa natin mula sa 5 entity na magkakaiba.
And the growth has been steady. And I think that is a great event that we celebrate to give thanks to the Lord for the growth of the Franciscan fraternity here in the Philippines. The fact that we were able to make it, smoothly, without trauma, without, like we have seen in other congregations or other orders who were not able to, to mix together. They separated the Spanish group, the Filipino group. In our case, the Franciscans, we were able to do it. Americans, Italians, Spanish, Filipinos, we were able to make it. So,
tingin ko naman ay malayo na rin ang ating narating. On the one hand, alam natin na ang ating formation ay ngayon ay talagang kaisa-isa dito sa Asia, no? Medyo talagang we are place of exposure dahil ang paghuhubog sa atin ay sa konteksto at kapiling kaysa ng mga dukha. Lamang ang kulang parang talaga sa atin ay isang talagang masigasig na programa at lugar kung saan talaga itong ating pagmamahal sa mga dukha ay ating pang napapalalim at mapahayag. Yun yung kadahilanan kung bakit ang mga tinungan na talaga natin ngayon at tinanggap ng mga parokya at ministry ay sa gitna ng mga dukha. Andyan yung Caloocan, Dagat-Dagatan, andyan yung sa Fairview, ng sa Tagapagtanggol, at maging itong dalawa na bago nating parishes, tulad ng Dursol at saka Quezon Nueva Vizcaya, ay talagang mga lugar talaga ng mga dukha. Pero yung sa Palanan, alam natin talagang wala naman sigurong gustong kumuha nun dahil sa inaccessibility ng nasabing lugar. And for that reason, I think tayong dapat na naroon. Yun yung mga expression ng ating mga option for the poor.
for me, the great somehow events are the formulation of the charism, vision, mission. That is a big thing. It still is with us. It has shaped our province. And then the second event is the decision to send missionaries.
The province is a young province, no? Yes, still, even if I can say that the results are very positive, still, we, almost all, this is only my perception, we are still looking for a real identity where really to focus our major attention.
Maganda yung salitang panganganak dahil ang relasyon talaga natin dapat sa Southern Entity ay pagiging isang ina. Yung patuloy at natutuwa na lumalaki ang kanyang anak. At ang kaligayahan na lamang niya ay nakita niya siya'y naging bahagi ng paglaki ng entity na ito. So ito yung talagang malaki ding biyaya na dapat nating ipasalamat sa Diyos, yung biyaya ng pagkakaisa ng 5 entity, at lalo ang biyaya ng pagkakaroon ng isang supling upang ma-duplicate pa ang ating pagmamahal sa mga dukha at pagbabahagi ng mabuting balita.
Today, the two entities of the Franciscan Order in the Philippines, the San Pedro Bautista Province and the newly established Custody of St. Anthony in the South, are ministering in different parts of the country. In Luzon, they are in Santa Ana, Casambalangan, and Santa Teresita in Cagayan Valley. Santuario de San Pedro Bautista in Frisco, Quezon City, Our Lady of the Angels Seminary in Novaliches, Our Lady of the Abandoned Parish Santa Ana, Manila, St. Anthony's Shrine in Sampaloc, Manila, Santuario de San Antonio Parish in Forbes Park, Makati, Juan de Plasencia Novitiate in Liliw, Laguna, at St. Francis Friary, Dagat-Dagatan, Navotas, Manila, at San Jose, Tagapagtanggol Parish in Quezon City, in the urban poor communities of the Post-Novitiate Friars in Talayan Riverside and Kamuning, both in Quezon City, the Poor Clare Monastery Chaplains in Katipunan, Cubao, Quezon City. In the Visayas, they are in St. Francis School, Ale Northern Samar, Christ the King College, Calbayog City, Tukdao and Kawayan, Biliran Province, Palo, Leyte, San Vicente Ferrer Parish and St. Francis Custodial House in Cebu City, Franciscan Retreat Center in Minglanilla, Cebu, St. Francis College in Gihulngan, Negros Oriental, in La Libertad and Dumaguete City. And in Mindanao, they are in Baloy, Lanao del Norte, Kidapawan City, North Cotabato, Josefina, Zamboanga del Sur, and Luoc, Lamitan, Basilan Province. The friars are also involved in the other special ministries such as the Media Apostolate, Justice and Peace and Ecological Initiatives, the Tri-People Muslim-Christian Lumad Dialogue in Mindanao. And finally, there are also friars of both the province and the custody who are working as missionaries in Sudan and Libya in Africa, Papua New Guinea, Japan, China, Taiwan, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Spain, Italy, and in the United States of America.
After more than 4 centuries since the seed of the Franciscan order was first planted here in the Philippines, and 25 years since it became a full-fledged Filipino province, the Franciscan presence continues to flourish and bear fruit, especially with the founding of the new custody of St. Anthony in the south and our recently opened missions overseas. We can only hope and pray that our founder, our Holy Father, St. Francis of Assisi, will keep on guiding us in all our endeavors through our ministries and labors of love and service in the Church, and especially among our excluded and less fortunate brothers and sisters. May God give us peace.